Hey everybody, Danny Maude here. Thanks for joining us. Can a simple grip change help you to hit your driver dead straight? Or maybe you're not looking for a drive, maybe you're looking at striking your irons a little bit more consistently. Can a simple grip change do that for you? Well look, I'm under no illusion that it's going to magically change everybody's game, but you know what? Simple grip changes can make a massive difference to so many golfers, and it might help you too. I had a couple of students just last week who had these big booming slices, and I made literally, one of them I made a change to their lead hand grip, their left hand grip, and the other one it was to their right. That's all what was required to hugely straighten up their shots. And look, if you straighten out the bend, you'll also hit it further and straighter as a byproduct. So I want to share with you exactly what these are. Before I do, look, if you're new to the channel, this is one of your first videos of mine, please consider subscribing. Press that little bell button, next subscribe button, you get notified every time I release a video just like this one. Plus, if you enjoy the golf lesson, I provide a free practice plan in the description box below. That means that you don't have to remember a thing. Just print it out, download it, take it to the driving range so you can basically work on these little bits. So, how important is the grip? Well, it has three major functions. It's designed to help you hit the ball straight, so it controls whether that face goes straight or square at impact. It helps you generate speed. How? Well, if you've got a good grip, it helps these wrists hinge, yeah, easily without hurting, okay? So you can generate club head speed through the ball, so it helps to get them distance. And the third and final thing, it helps you to create pressure. So with that in mind, let's talk about impact with a beautiful straight shot, and then show you how the grip's going to help you do that. So at impact, we need a couple of things. All great ball strikers at impact, they get a pressure on the golf ball here where their trail elbow, my right elbow, is pushed forward towards the target, like this, pressure. So look at this here. That's the motion we're after, that pressure there. The second thing they get pressure with their lead hand. Look at that, there's almost like a bowing effect in my lead hand here. These are all good, strong impact positions. This is what the hands are trying to create. That's what we're trying to get to, okay? The second thing clearly is we want to generate an accurate face. We want to deliver that club face straight, and we then want to deliver it with speed. Okay, so let's start initially with the trail hand. We've seen we want to put pressure on, so how does your trail hand, your bottom hand, help you put that pressure on? So here's the first mistake that one of the students made. Holds the club. Now your hands here naturally should be slightly turned towards the target slightly, okay? The club goes along the fingers here of the bottom hand, and then around. Now here's the problem, watch this. If you just focus only on your hand and you don't have any thought about what your arm's doing, we're gonna be in trouble. So here's what he did. He got the hand looking great, but he did it like this. The whole arm and the hand rotated towards the target. So now it looked like this. I'm going to exaggerate just for camera. He'd basically done this. Now the problem now is this. Watch this. What did we say about we've got to put pressure on the golf ball? Watch this. If I move my elbow now at impact and I want to get that beautiful strike, there I am. Beautiful. Oh no, look at the club face. The club face now is wide open. So a lot of people, I don't know if you're the same, but if you've been trying to get rid of your slice, you've probably been trying to swing maybe into it. You've been trying to put pressure on the golf ball, but your body and your grip will never allow it because, look, you've rotated both your forearm, your shoulder, and your grip to hold that. And then when you want to try to put that pressure on, here, great, it's great, but your hand won't allow it. So what you've got to do instead, look, is this. Get your elbow just gently rotated into the pressure position. Then look, from here, keeping this here, then rotate your bottom hand towards the target. Look at this. So now I've rotated in, now I'm going to rotate that around. Now look, if I want to put pressure on the golf ball now, I can and still have the club face square. Very, very important, all right? So let's have a look at that in action. So we get ourselves set here. I'm going to look, just gently move the elbow towards the target, and then I'm going to twist the top part of my arm, my hand on top. Now I'm ready to play. Now I'm able to put pressure on the golf ball. So this is the bottom hand. Nice and simple. Second thing, the lead hand, okay, the top hand. what is that supposed to be doing? Well, we want the top hand, if you want to get the club face square to impact and putting a decent amount of pressure on the golf ball so we can get that lovely strike, we need the top hand in a bowed position at the moment we strike the golf shot, okay? Now watch this. The other student had the top hand rotated too much this way. So when I look down at it, I could basically, he's looking at it, you can only see one, maybe 1.5 knuckles as he looks down at his hand. We want the top hand here in the fingers a lot more, and watch the same principle. We want this hand rotated, this time away from the target. So when I look down now, I can see 1, 2, even 3 knuckles, and we want this much more in the fingers. Very important here to have it across the fingers here, so I can see 2 or 3 knuckles, so I can now get easily wrist hinge, so I've now got the ability to kind of generate some speed with the grip. The second thing here though is this. If my hand is rotated this way, it now gives it scope to rotate what way? This way into, and what do we say impact we need? We need this pressure. Look at that, my left wrist is bowing here, that's pressure into the back of that golf ball. I've now got scope to rotate it, but watch. If my hand is already rotated this way, then watch this, I'm exaggerating, watch this. My hand's already rotated that way, I've got nothing to give. I can't rotate it anymore. So what happens is my hand gets to a comfortable position and he rotates the wrong way and opens up the club face. So the top hand, we want the hand now rotated away from the target. So it's into the fingers there. Then we put the right hand on, and now we've got both hands in a good, strong, powerful position to play the game. Let's have another look at this. That's a beaut. So the grip is absolutely vital in order for you to put pressure on the golf ball and help you square up that club face on a regular basis. So let's just summarize both grips there. The bottom hand here, when we put it on, we don't literally put the whole arm, we don't rotate the arm. What we do is we just angle the elbow a little bit more towards the target, in towards the ball. And then what we do is we rotate the grip here, all right? So it's now in the fingers there. So when I look at that bottom hand here, my thumb and my forefinger here, there's a little line, it points towards my right shoulder, but my elbow is still turned in. It's not, look, out here. Why? Well, remember this. If I grip it like this, and when I return to try and hit it powerfully, the club face now is going to be wide open. So very, very important. Top hand, what we're doing with the top hand? Well, the grip goes along the fingers. Now, when you do this, to make life easier, don't put your hand and face it upwards like this. Let your arm hang down and literally just slot it into your hand here. So that you can see now 1, 2, 3 knuckles. Now we join these hands together. We can join them in a couple of ways. Some people like to piggyback the little finger on top of the index finger. Some people like to interlock the grip. It's entirely up to you. Some people like to just have a baseball style. It doesn't really matter. As long as the right and the left hand are on the club correctly like that, then you're absolutely fine. And then you're ready to go. Now, if this all feels weird, like it did with a couple of my students, don't worry, it's gonna feel weird, it's different, but just go with it. Let's have another look at this in action. So, before you go, there's a couple little things that I want to add to this. So, some people feel messing about the grip can feel a little bit strange. So a little kind of adage that you can do, which is a little kind of a quick fix, but really, really helps. Some people kind of find themselves fiddling all the time with their grip. So what you can do is this. If you find that your club face is wide up and you're hitting a slice, do this for your top hand. Close the face by about 30 degrees. Then don't change a thing for a second. Just literally grip it as you normally do. Put the club in, and you'll find, so that if you've got a weak grip and the hands turn too much towards the target, just put it in your hand with a closed face. Now watch this, it's a little trick. When you finally think, oh, I don't like the club face, and you start to open the club face to make it square, look at my top hand now. I've got the perfect grip. I've now got 1, 2, 3 knuckles showing. We're done. That's a real simple exercise that you could do to kind of get a really good grip without all the fiddling around with that top hand. So that's it, one more to finish. And look, if you've got any questions on this, put them in the comments box below. I'm happy to answer them. Remember, look, you don't have to remember a thing. You've got the practice plan down below. Download it for free, get it out onto the range and put some of these things into practice. So I'm putting pressure on the golf ball with that bottom hand and away. We go. Not bad for the first few swings in the morning. So I hope you enjoyed this training. It's very, very straightforward. We don't want to make the grip complicated at all. Just get hold of it. Remember what you're trying to do. You're trying to get into a powerful position at impact, put pressure on it. So get that trail hand in position, rotate the top hand. This hand here, rotate it here, allow it time and space to be able to get back into that golf ball. But I hope you enjoyed this training. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Maybe share it with one of your friends who could do with some help with their grip. Maybe they're a beginner golfer who could do with a good head start. Of course, look, if you're new to the channel, it's one of your first videos of mine, consider subscribing. Until next week, have a wonderful golfing week.